Hey everybody, it's Carm here, coming to you on what to me is an absolutely perfect late summer Sunday afternoon, probably in the low 70s, just a gorgeous day. Just want to start right in with thanking you all for watching and commenting on the video Chris and I did together. It was just a wonderful day getting together, and yeah, just so much love and positive energy back and forth between you all who viewed and us, and so just thank you all for that, and thank you first and foremost to Chris. Turned me on to so much music as always, and having it so direct was just wonderful, as well as our friendship. And if you'd seen one of his recent videos, he mentioned we did a little VCLT exchange, and I haven't even gotten around to the stack that he gave me a nice stack right before we even went out and did anything that day, and I still haven't even got around to listening to those. I'm still partway through what we found together during the course of that day. And I think what I'll do is I'll do like a current listens series where I'll just go through maybe 7 or 8 at a time, or however many, and then that I've listened to, and then I'll do, sort of review them, and then do another one based on a few more. I'll do something like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying everything I've heard so far. But well, this time around it's thanking another person in the VC, the one and only bigstar1000. Thank you very much, Fred, out in Melbourne, Australia. I knew he was sending me something, and it arrived just a few days ago, and he had revealed one of the things he was going to send to me, and the other one was going to be a surprise. So I thought, well, I'll listen to them all, and then then come on and do the video. And very, very enjoyable. Everything here. He had a little note here, starting in. I think this arrived about just a few days ago, maybe 2-3 days ago. A very nice note here. Little motor scooter as a musical accompaniment. One of these, I'm sure some of you have seen before. Diggin' Melbourne. Very nice. And now I know if I ever make it over there in my lifetime, I have some more than a few places to on the hot spots here. Incredible. The selection might even be better than here in Chicago. I don't know. It's a toss-up, but yeah, very, very impressive. And for the music here, now he mentioned he was going to send me this one. In fact, he did it in a video. Zao. Yeah, incredible French progressive jazz rock fusion. Great blend of styles. Very, very powerful. I found it to be like exuberant, very exuberant music. Excuse me, I'm a little congested here. I'm a little stuffed up here with allergies and stuff. It was from 1973, and he was mentioning in his note it's 2 ex-Magma members, which is a group I really need to look more into. I know I've heard bits and pieces, but I don't have anything by them as of yet. And there's a lineup there. You've got vocals, which when I saw the vocals, I was a little. I'm always a little hesitant, or I'm like, I don't know, because I kind of agree with Derek and others to an extent that vocals have their place, but they could also be sometimes distract from the music itself, depending how they're approached. But on here, they really do work. Her name is Mauricia Platon, and the style is similar. At times it's operatic. Other times it's almost like scat singing. I could even hear like a little bit of Meredith Monk in there. But then again, those are all very. None of those really describe it at other times. A very original approach. And there's also electric and acoustic piano, soprano sax, bass clarinet, electric bass, electric violin, drums. Yeah, just wonderful, highly energetic, very tight fusion. Just fantastic stuff. If I had heard this 15 or 20 years ago, I think I would have appreciated it as well. And again, even with the vocals, the approach he takes, I think I would have been at least intrigued at the time. There's the various members there. So very, very impressive. Yeah, thank you very much, Fred. I definitely want to look into this group as well as Magma and more of the French progressive in general, which I only have bits and pieces of here and there, but yeah, excellent stuff. Just listened to it a little while ago, and it's just incredible energy. Now the second one he sent me, and he had mentioned he wanted to send something else, and I just said, well, surprise me, maybe send something you think I may enjoy if you're gonna put something else in, which greatly appreciated. Journey to the Surface of the Earth. It's by two piano players, DeClario and Whittington, and he had mentioned they're from also from Melbourne themselves, and this is from 2010. Yeah, it's Domenico DeClario on grand piano, Pier Paolo Pasolini, or no, that's something else, someone else. Stephen Whittington on toy piano and grand piano. Tony Yap is credited with body, and Jeanette Ho plays body. So I'm assuming that maybe they're dancers, just by looking at their pictures. And at times there's little vocal interjections. This is somewhere for me, if I were to make a comparison, somewhere between Lamont Young's Well-Tuned Piano, if you're familiar with that piece. Very long, sprawling piece that he had worked on for many years. There's some prepared piano on here. I could hear maybe echoes of Harold Budd, another old favorite. Gurdjieff de Hartmann, if you're familiar with them. A lot of the kind of solo or just piano music in general that's both experimental and contemplative. As it goes on, it seems like they prepare the piano as they're going, which basically means fitting in found objects in between the strings to alter the timbre, and it seems like they do that increasingly as they go. And the pacing is really fascinating. Oh, another group it reminds me of, I'm thinking of, is AMM, or AM, with particularly like the duet between John Tilbury on piano and Eddie Prevost on percussion. The kind of interplay between the two of them. You kind of hear that with the pianos here. So yeah, I feel like Lamont Young, AMM, groups like that, even a little bit of John Cage with the prepared piano aspect, would really recommend this. And yeah, Fred said he thought I would in particularly find this intriguing, and I really do. And it's I think he had mentioned it was a triple CD, but it's actually 4. There's the first and the second, and the third and the fourth. And yeah, it just appears. I'm presuming that the notes didn't really specify about the music. It was more of a, hard to say, kind of an abstract, intellectual, kind of talking about contrasts, the macro and the micro world. But the music just has a certain flow to it that between these two instruments, that's just really fascinating. So yeah, much appreciated, Fred. Yeah, I definitely enjoyed it very much. Appears to be a picture of the moon on the back. I think that's mentioned a little bit in the notes. But yeah, I'm guessing the music is maybe predominantly improvised, or maybe around just a very basic theme, not really overtly stated. And I don't know, maybe the approach with the dancers is kind of like the old what John Cage did with Merce Cunningham, where it was they kind of each did their separate thing, and if they happened to intersect, it was fine, and if they didn't, that was okay too. Maybe it's hard to really say, but that's part of what I like about it, that there's a certain certain mystique to it, even kind of like ambiguous in a way. So yeah, very, very enjoyable. And one of those, it's the kind of music that, I said it before, you listen to it at different times, different states of mind, and it reveals different things to you as you go. And yeah, I think it will continue to, as has the Zao, just on the second listen. So Yeah, thank you very much, Fred. This is, greatly appreciated. All the way from Australia. But yeah, and I'll find something for you at some point, definitely. But it's wonderful stuff. It was, wonderful to come home to, as always. And yeah, again, for those of you not familiar, please check out Fred's channel. I mean, he knows his stuff, and he's one of the originals. In the VC for, I don't know, 5 years maybe, roughly. And yeah, I just mentioned 1,500 subscribers, so congrats on that again. So yeah, just a wonderful channel. Please check him out. And yeah, that's about it for this time around. Yeah, I mean, like I said, my next few videos will probably be covering the stuff I found with Chris over the last during that time. And again, it was a great day, and still listening and still absorbing. And before I forget, I had a really wonderful week, a few days with one of my oldest and dearest friends who came in from out west, who I'd grown up with. He came in with his girlfriend, and we spent a lot of time together over the last few days when he was visiting, and had a wonderful time. So Mo and Donnie, if you're watching, I love you both, and thanks for a great time. And that'll do it for this time around. I hope you're all well, and until next time, peace, love, and joy.